In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, often on during our life, we do come across the unpalatable situations. The situations which are not so pleasant, not so good, not so enjoyable. And we do feel unhappy and upset. Most of the people start blaming one or the other, the society as a whole. As a matter of fact, this is the attitude of the losers. Those who are those who have been losing so often, and those who will keep losing so often in the future as well. These people are the one who do blame others, who do blame society, which is a very unhealthy attitude, which is an attitude which does not benefit a person at all. Because by doing this thing, we increases the distance between us and the other people, because feelings matter a lot. Whatever we feel about the people, whatever we feel about someone else, it will be reflected in our attitudes. It will be reflected in our attitudes. And what to do then? The attitude actually either bring the people closer to us, or it throws them away. We cannot hide our feelings for a longer period of time. It will automatically be reflected into our attitudes, into our actions, into our behavior towards someone else. So it creates a kind of despair and hopelessness. This bad expectations from others and hopelessness from the life, it makes ourselves, it makes us miserable people. If we opt to be a miserable person, then we will become miserable. Our life will become miserable enough. But we shouldn't have to do it, because we want to live, because we want to live fully, because we want to live maximum level. So for that reason, we need to avoid blaming the other people for the sort of pain, for the sort of trouble we had encountered. We need to take responsibility. We need to take responsibility for every bitter experience we did face in our lifetime. And these bitter experiences actually does happen to us for a reason and a purpose, and not without that at all. These bitter experiences does have a reason and a purpose in our life, and it does serve us. It is meant to serve us. Whether we do take advantage of it or not, it depends upon us and no one else. Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, these bitter experiences are actually the pointers pointing toward a mistake, toward anything wrong being done by us, either the first time, second, third time, repeatedly, whatever the reason. One thing is there, whatever wrong we are doing, whatever wrong we have done, it will bring certain results. And now these results are actually a kind of result sheet for a student, that I have attempted this question in a wrong manner. I either did not prepare or I did something wrong. That is why I have been given the negative marking instead of the positive one. That is why I am being punished. That is why I am being realized. As a matter of fact, all of these bitter experiences, all of these unpleasant and unpalatable happenings in our life, these are meant to actually reform ourselves, to correct our attitude, to put ourselves on the right path, and to avoid the wrong thing being done by us, or the necessary things being ignored and not done by us. We need to do, we need to learn, we need to point out what was the reason and what was the real reason behind it, which I must be found correcting as soon as possible. Otherwise, the unpalatable, the unpleasant situation will keep happening and I shall not be able to stop it. I shall not be able to stop it. What to do? Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, let's do some sort of introspection. All of these bitter and unpleasant experiences, all of these bitter and unpleasant experiences does not happen to us without a reason and without a purpose. Actually, we need to reform ourselves. There is a dire need to reform ourselves. Look upon the work of the agencies, what these agencies, intelligence agencies, are trying to do, working for a country, for a state, what they are trying to do. They are actually trying to prevent the state from any big loss. Their work is to apprehend, their work is to detect where the attack is possible, from where something wrong might happen. So for the sake of that state or department, it is necessary to somehow preempt that by preparing and by blocking that way which was left open for the intruders. So life is not as complicated, but we need to always keep an eye upon we ourselves as well as the people around us. We need to keep an eye upon ourselves, our actions, our talks. If at all we are not doing this thing, what is going to happen then? Obviously, we do have to face the pain, we do have to bear the loss, and we will come across a kind of trouble which might disturb us. And at that moment, the loser start blaming the other people, start blaming the society, while the winners do the introspection. They try to find out whatever wrong they did and whatever they right they failed to do, and this is the result of that. From now onward, these people, the winners, decide that they will be doing all the necessary things on the one hand, and they will be preventing themselves. They will not be carrying on anything wrong, because anything wrong, might result in a trouble, and the trouble is what we are trying to avoid. Thank you.